Well, the alleged rape in Rockville, Maryland by two illegal immigrants continues to defy expectations by becoming more appalling every day. Montgomery County, where Rockville is located, is effectively a sanctuary county. It turns out the county has hired an immigration lawyer who, for $575 an hour, provides the county's services, quote, in connection with immigration matters. Now, that attorney, Leon Rodriguez, previously served on the board of Casa de Maryland, which helps illegal immigrants avoid deportation. Dan Stein is president of the Federation for American Immigration Reform, FAIR, and he joins us now. Dan, thanks a lot for coming on.
Hey, great to be here.
So they're paying this guy $575 an hour. For full-time, that's $23,000 a week, $1.2 million a year. I'm not saying he's making that, but that's an incredibly high wage, the highest in the school district, apparently. What's he doing?
Look, the political apparatus in Montgomery County is, to some extent, linked in with Casa de Maryland, which feeds into the Democratic Party. So Leon Rodriguez ran U.S. Citizenship Immigration Services for Obama. And basically, he used to rubber stamp applications through, run a visa mill. We used to call it, Leon Rodriguez, Ramrod Rodriguez, or, Ramrod, for short, because basically everybody got a trophy. And he promised that the people who got these unconstitutional amnesties had nothing to worry about. So now he's going to bat for Montgomery County and these other jurisdictions that want to fight Trump, stop immigration law enforcement, and do whatever they have to do to effectively obstruct justice. They call it that.
But why?
Jeff Sessions says you're not going to get any money, and so they're going to spend some money to get back on the federal payroll.
Does this make the schools better when you have a lot of people coming into your school who have illegal status? Does this improve the quality of education?
There's nothing about these programs that does anything but fuel the demographic change that feeds the Democratic Party's political base. I mean, this is what they're simply trying to do. It's total corruption. Inside dealing, greasing the palms. I mean, Perez was part of this whole operation, too, in Casa de Maryland. People need to understand the corruption at these local levels with Democratic Party operations, which are basically, Montgomery County's council actually gives money to Casa de Maryland, where Rodriguez was on the board of directors. It's all self-dealing. It's all cozy insider stuff. And, I live in Montgomery County. I'll tell you, I'm tired of paying. I don't want my tax money going to pay $575 an hour for somebody who wants to fight against immigration enforcement. But, Tucker, what Trump needs to do is not just fight to take away their money. He needs to flood the zone and get ICE ramped up in these so-called sanctuary jurisdictions and really start enforcing immigration laws as payback for these jurisdictions that don't think they're part of the United States anymore.
But what I find so striking is, again, this is a school district. So Alex Pfeiffer, the reporter at the Daily Caller who wrote this piece, called to find out, what does this guy do? You're paying him this ridiculous wage. What is he doing? Why did you hire him?
Well, he's retained by the county, actually.
But he couldn't get anyone to answer.
Well, what he's going to try to do is make sure, first of all, the Maryland legislature wants to pass the so-called Trust Act, which is actually more obstructionist on immigration enforcement than even the Montgomery County Council's own laws or resolutions. So, he's there to provide some conformance, but he's also there to help the county if they want to sue on Trump's executive orders, sue to stop Jeff Sessions from taking away sanctuary money. This is a war, Tucker. This is a war, a conflict of vision between Americans who believe the rule of law should prevail and a corrupted political party that now believes that the rule of law no longer matters in the context of immigration law enforcement.
Yes,
these sort of divides are going to tear this country apart unless we come to some reconciliation. You can't just break the immigration law and expect to be able to stay, but that's exactly what the Montgomery County Council is saying, unless you're, serial rapist or something.
We're expected to have a real country. I don't think you're overstating it, actually. Dan Stein, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you, Tucker.